Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. You have probably heard about Tesla's meteoric rise in the energy storage business in 2024. But did you know, not just are they leading the race, they are setting the pace. They are pioneering the energy business. And according to the International Energy Agency's executive director, battery storage is the ultimate frontier, and 2025 will be explosive. And Tesla's storage system is about 5 times more financially stable than the ones from the companies that are even supplying Tesla with the battery cells. Because Tesla has all the pieces that are needed to transition the world over to a renewable energy economy. And some of the crucial pieces to make renewable energy work is something only Tesla has. So, let's check it all out and let's dive right in. We know that Tesla's energy storage in 2024 has really taken off, showing the world that this is now Tesla's rapid growing business, and it has a very good 30% margin as well, and Tesla has sold out for basically the next 3 years. But it's not just Tesla that is growing. It really seems like the world is waking up to see the benefits that battery storage can have, like we have seen countless of examples of in Australia and elsewhere, because stationary storage installation surged to 170 gigawatt hours in 2024, up 77% from 96 gigawatt hours last year. And Tesla is growing in the market share every year, and in 2024 Tesla might sit on something like 16 to 17% of the entire market, depending on Q4's numbers, of course. But it is all about to accelerate in 2025. Not just Tesla's business, but battery storage in general. As special advisor to the IEA, the International Energy Agency, Executive Director Alessandro Blasi wrote on his LinkedIn page describing batteries as the ultimate frontier and where the next chapter of energy revolution is. As he wrote, the key theme for 2025, batteries. One of the traditional problems with energy domains has been the access to energy, so the rush to explore new resources and develop the infrastructure. Then came the issue of making energy as sustainable as possible. The issue of pollution and emission has increased over time. Now the key topic is how to store it, electricity, and make it available anytime. So here it comes, batteries. And as you can see on these charts, the growth in battery storage is just shooting straight up. And don't forget, as I showed in last week's news show, who is leading this space right now? Yep, no one is even close to Tesla. So I think 2025 is going to be a very good year for Tesla energy storage. And so will the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. But it is, of course, not only Tesla. There is happening a lot in the battery storage sector, as Bloomberg also reported on. Battery prices saw their biggest annual drop since 2017, with lithium-ion battery packs price down by 20% from 2023 to a record low of $115 per kilowatt hour here in 2024. And remember, that is about 10 times cheaper than what Tesla started with when they were making EVs back in 2008. A lot has happened over time. And on a regional basis, average battery pack prices were lowest in China at only $94 per kilowatt hour. Packs in the US and Europe were 31 and 48% higher, reflecting a relative immaturity to those markets, as well as higher production cost and lower volumes. Yes, I personally hope that Europe will really start to wake up and see the benefits of battery storage, as we are seeing things slowly getting some traction. Because in countries like mine, Denmark, where we have over 60% of the overall energy coming from renewables, so that's very nice. Most of that is of course coming from wind turbine, as Denmark is a very big exporter of wind turbines from Vestas, which is a Danish company. But since Denmark has not really focused on battery storage just yet, the price of our electricity are still very volatile. As some days we get paid to fill up our EV at home because it's a very windy day and we are making more energy than we can consume. But other days there is no wind and suddenly we pay $1 per kilowatt hour, and a more normal rate would be around 25 cents. But if we just added some storage to our huge network of renewable energy, I think we would see our prices of electricity go down significant and become very stable, and our dependency on other countries for gas and other sources of energy would only become less. So I hope my government will also start waking up and seeing what is going on around in the world, and hopefully Europe will start becoming a much more mature market for battery storage to get the prices down. But there are more forces putting downward pressure on the price, according to Bloomberg. Factor driving the decline including cell manufacturing overcapacity, so probably have something to do with large OEMs like Ford and GM promising the world high volumes of EV production, but then backing down from all those promises, leaving their battery supplier with an oversupply. But of course, also the economy of scales are playing a role in the price drop, and low metal and components prices, and adoption of lower cost LFP batteries, and a slowdown in the electric vehicle sales growth. Yes, like I just said, with the legacy automakers that thought all their customers would just come flocking to buy their EVs, but they didn't, and now they are not following through on their battery orders with their suppliers. But that has only made the battery storage look even better for the battery manufacturers. And 2024 saw a dynamic shift, with accelerating battery deployment, attracting the attention of battery producers as they expand their operations into battery system integrations. The trend is born out of Bloomberg's NEF data. The market analyst finds that stationary battery installations are comprising an increasing share of global battery deployment. By 2035, Bloomberg expects a stationary application to account for 16% of battery deployment globally, up from 6% in 2020. And that might be conservative, in my opinion. As they said, it was definitely a story like when in the beginning of the storage industry that it was riding the EV wave. I would definitely say this year that really changed, said the head of energy storage research at Bloomberg. She also reported that the battery manufacturers have woken up to the fact that the stationary energy storage market is a big enough industry to which to assign significant resources. She adds that supplying the automotive industry, where there are only a few big automakers for which manufacturers produce specialized product, is a different proposition to stationary storage market. It's a lot more commoditized in the term of products. Even though there is a lot of competition and attempts to try to differentiate, it's definitely become a lot more like the solar market. Sure, when it comes to the battery itself, I would say, but the energy storage system is much more than just a big battery. And I think Bloomberg is forgetting that. Because I've shown this study before where the Synovoltics ranking also showed that Tesla system is rating the highest out of 55 battery energy storage manufacturers for being the most financially stable. And that has nothing to do with the battery cells themselves, as this is just CATL's LFP batteries that Tesla is using. And you do find CATL on this list as well, as one of the last green ones here on the list. So again, it is not just about the hardware. It is Tesla's software that are making their battery storage system about 5 times more financially stable than CATL's own battery storage system. So why are Tesla's battery systems so dominating, even compared to competition that Tesla buys the battery from? Well, there is of course a lot of stuff going on with the battery managed system, and Tesla is constantly innovating on their product, as we know. Last year, Tesla made innovations, as Tesla's battery storage product manager Chris Bowman also shared information about Tesla's next-gen Megapack control platform. As he wrote, our next-gen Megapack control platform, combined with our industry-leading control hardware in the loop test service, our Chill platform, speeds up and de-risk deployment of gigawatt-scale battery and hybrid renewable plants. This matters because time and time again our competitors fail on control system commissioning, causing multi-million-dollar losses and 3 to 4 month project delays. So no wonder that Tesla became the world's largest supplier of energy storage system in the first half of 2023 and has held that title ever since. Tesla's Megapack's advantages stem from its high energy density, rapid deployment capabilities, cost effectiveness over its lifespan, an integrated software solution, safety features, and automated testing of the Megapacks. But when it comes to the software part, Tesla is again on another level than all the others that makes Tesla battery storage system stand out from the crowd. As Tesla also shared last week, this is the first product deployed with Tesla's new site-level controls that seamlessly regulate power output to buffer the intermittency and provide a firm resource to the grid. The hybrid configuration allows more solar power to be installed at the site than interconnected nameplate, while also avoiding costly solar curtailments. So what that means is that the new control system from Tesla ensures that the energy flow to the grid is smooth and steady, maximizing the use of solar power while providing a constant energy supply. This system helps in using more solar energy without wasting it, even when the grid can't immediately handle all the power being generated. And why it works better than an interconnected nameplate, that just means that the solar is directly connected to the grid. So yet another new technology that Tesla has launched this year. And on top of that, Tesla of course has their autobidder software that buys electricity from the grid when the prices are low and sell it back to the grid when prices are high, making the Tesla storage system a no-brainer for most energy companies. But they have also something that makes them stand out from everyone else, as no one else but Tesla has this software, and that is called virtual machine mode. They started implementing it in the summer of 2022. The first to test it out was, of course, the Hornsdale Power Plant Reserve in South Australia. The product was even revealed by Neoen, the French energy company that owns the Hornsdale Power Plant Reserve, announcing that it obtained approval to offer the world's first grid-scale inertia service through Tesla's technologies. Hornsdale Power Plant is the first big battery in the world to deliver grid-scale inertia service thanks to Tesla's pioneering virtual machine mode technology. As more wind and solar power replaces fossil fuel generation, less mechanical inertia is available on the grid, removing a natural stability buffer in the case of a grid disturbance. Tesla's virtual machine mode is designed to address these stability challenges by virtually emulating mechanical inertia. Megapack's built-in inverters with virtual machine mode create grid form dynamics that provide grid strength, response to added or rejected loads, and maintain quality voltage at the point of interconnection. In South Australia, the Hornsdale Power Reserve alone can provide up to 3,000 megawatt seconds of inertia by using virtual machine mode, roughly half of the state's entire inertia needs from this one battery, thanks to Tesla's software. Neoen commented on the deployment of the technology at the Hornsdale Power Plant Reserve. This landmark achievement is the result of 2 years of extensive trial and intensive collaboration between Neoen and battery technology provider Tesla. So not a car company, but a battery technology provider, working closely with AEMO and Electranet, South Australia's network providers. Together, they completed the necessary studies, testing, and analysis to deploy this pioneering technology to scale for the first time, added power stability and not just energy like most others. And one grid operator used Tesla's virtual machine mode and said they will not make a grid on 100% renewable without this software. They have tried it, but it didn't work. you need this kind of software to make a grid on 100% renewables work, because you need that inertia capabilities. And why you will probably hear haters say renewable cannot run the entire grid. But it can, but it just needs all the right software to do so. And this is something no one else has yet but Tesla. Tesla is pioneering the energy business as well. So the Tesla Chill platform makes it the fastest and safest to get for operators. Tesla software like AutoBidder, virtual machine mode, and site-level controls make Tesla's system completely unique and the best in the industry. And of course, the price of the system, of course, matters. If Tesla has just the best in the industry and the price was 3 times higher than everyone else, they will probably not sell very well. But this is where Tesla's magic comes in, because it is not just the best, but also has the cheapest LCOE on the market. As Tesla showed off with their solar inverter architecture white paper, their levelized cost of energy, so LCOE, is the cheapest on the market. LCOE is just the lifetime cost of the system divided by the lifetime energy generation of the system. And Tesla is the cheapest, but most reliable, most energy dense, and financially stable system you can get. And even though we need a lot of storage to make the world transition to renewable energy, Tesla will have an endless demand for years to come, I still think most people misunderstand how little is actually needed. As Rethink studies run by Tony Seba has shown us, we don't need enough batteries to run the entire world for weeks or months at a time. We need enough batteries for about 35 to 90 hours. The big difference there is because it varies by geographic location. But even the coldest and darkest place on the earth, they only need up to 90 hours worth of batteries to run the entire country on renewables. This, I think, is what many people misunderstand about the whole shift to renewables. But being able to run pretty much the entire world for 35 to 90 hours on batteries, that is all we need. But to do that, we need Tesla's software, like virtual machine mode. And one more thing Tesla of course also has, and is working on to get more of, is scale. Tesla has a 40 gigawatt hour Megapack factory running at max capacity at the moment in Fremont, and is only about a month or so away from Tesla turning on their next Megapack factory in Shanghai that at least has the same production capacity. Probably much more. So 2025 is definitely also a year where Tesla energy storage will take off like an explosion. And when that Shanghai factory is ramped up, Tesla will have over 80 gigawatt hours of capacity. That is 5 times more capacity than Tesla deployed in all of 2023. The exponential growth curve of Tesla's energy business is about to take off. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.